Welcome to Nasheman News with me, Rizwan. I have with me Dr. K. Rahman Khan Sahab, who was the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, a senior statesman, a philanthropist, and he was also the Chairman of the Karnataka Legislative Council. I have come here to ask him about the recent bills which have been passed and the role of the Chairman and the role of the Speaker in the Assembly. Sir, you have been in this political field for more than 40-45 years, and you have held various positions from the Chairman of the Council to the Chairman, Deputy Rajya Sabha, Minister. You know in and out about the political scenario and Assembly. So exactly the bill was placed in the Assembly amidst without any agenda. It was placed in the midst of uproar. How do you take this, and what is your say on this?
See, we are in a democracy. The legislature or the parliament are the supreme law-making bodies. And every legislature, either it is Karnataka Legislative Assembly or Legislative Council or Parliament, Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, they have their own rules of procedures. It is the members have framed the rules and procedures to conduct of the House. The Speaker as well as the Chairman have to conduct the House in accordance with the rules and procedure laid down. So the rules and procedures laid down are very elaborate, very democratic, and it is to be followed. If they followed, and government has a majority, it will.
But the recent anti-councillor bill was placed, without,
No, that is, I was coming to that.
Okay.
You see, there is the agenda of the daily agenda of the houses will be decided in the business advisory meeting. In business advisory committee, there are representatives of all political parties. Then, under the chairmanship of the Speaker or the Chairman of the Council, they decide what should be the business for the week, what bills to be taken, what time should be allotted for the discussion of the bills. All that will be laid down and it will be decided. And if a bill, and the Chairman and the Speaker should follow the agenda, and the decision taken in the business advisory committee. Bringing a bill in the midst without discussing in the business advisory committee and passing it without giving time, because any bill has to be debated. Without debate, passing a bill is undemocratic. Totally 100% undemocratic.
So this bill which was passed is undemocratic.
Then any bill, not only this bill, any bill which is not debated is violation of the procedure laid down, and it is, I will not say it is unconstitutional, unethical.
Unethical. But if there was a debate also, the Congress party walked out in protest, and that is after that it was taken up. So it's the prerogative of the Speaker at that moment of time to say that the bill has been passed, because before the debate could take place, or when the bill was placed, roars started and chaos.
The presiding officer is a judge. He doesn't belong to any political party, though he will be elected from a political party. He should gain the confidence of the entire house. He is not the spokesperson of the government or anybody. He is his Bible is rules and procedures of the house. If he violates it, he should answer his conscience. If he doesn't give, he should give opportunity to every member, even if a single member wants to express a opinion on the bill, wants to oppose the bill. It is duty of the speaker or the chairman to give him that opportunity.
Sir, when you were the chairman of the Legislative Council, how was your role and what is the difference between that time politicians, this time politicians, bringing the bill, the debate?
You see, I have been a chairman of the Legislative Council in Karnataka, and I had the opportunity of handling when the Congress was a ruling party for about 6 months, and Congress was opposition
After that.
in the council when the Janata Dal paper came, and the Janata Party had only 6 members. The ruling party had only 6 members in the house, and Congress has about 35 members. And it is on record that I have followed the rules and procedure in letter and spirit. In fact, the entire house, whether it is Congress, whether it is Janata Party and all that, I have not either rushed any bill nor, and sometimes occasions has arisen, then when my party had taken a stand that I should support, I have opposed.
What was the major bill which you opposed, and where are there any major bill which came without your knowledge?
No, I have not allowed any bill without discussion, without the concurrence of the opposition. No such. In fact,
Agenda. It should be in the agenda.
In fact, one decision of the passing of the appropriation bill in the first Janata Dal government, and my party wanted that I should adjourn the house and I should not
Take up the bill.
I should not take up the bill. I said it is not in my power. I will not. When Business Advisory Committee decided that the appropriation bill should be taken up for consideration, the bill has to be taken, whether it is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So in that instance, on the first government, somewhere is in the, I don't know, it is 82 end or 83 beginning, 83 March, exactly 83 March. I did adjourn the house. I conducted on the same subject 3 days discussion. I gave full opportunity to opposition. And then I conducted the house up to midnight. But I said I will not adjourn, decide the bill.
So there
are several occasions. It is appropriation.
Appropriation.
Why? It is not the prerogative of the. It is only prerogative of the house of the money bill is only the house only discuss and return back. It is not even if it rejects, it becomes law. Everybody knows about it, but they wanted to delay it. Opposition wanted to delay it. The opposition belongs to my party, but they wanted to delay the passing of the appropriation.
You went by the rule of the law,
which would have affected the financial of the state for about 8 or 10 days. It would have affected. They would not have it. But I said I will not allow. I will go by the rules. I go by the constitution. I even said to my party, if you are you are not satisfied with me, sitting in this chair, I will not do anything. The chair is against the chair dignity of the chair. I said, you take my resignation, but I will not do what this chair wants me to do.
So you lived up to your moral principles and ethics. So now yesterday's bill, which now the government has given a memorandum letter saying that to call back the session because it was unethical of the chairman to call sideline without the consultation of the committee, and the bill was not in place.
What I have read from the paper is that the Business Advisory Committee had taken decision to adjourn the House Senate. And what I read in the paper, the chairman said that bill is not on the agenda. So, I am not bound to take up the bill. So, there was no other subject. So,
no, but Chief Minister has told last evening, and even it has come out in today's press, that the chairman himself is of the business committee. There was no talk of that, and it is he has no moral right to adjourn the House and then. So they have given a recommendation to the governor asking him to convey the legislative council again because there is a no confidence motion pending against the chairman.
No confidence motion is quite different. I am talking about only motion. Even for no confidence motion, there is a procedure. They have to give a notice, they have to wait for it. So many procedures. Everything is laid down in there. There is no ambiguity. Because ambiguity is created by the government. Ambiguity is that they want to rush a bill. Because it is not a new thing in BJP is happening. Even today, if you see a Hindu, a big article has come from the former Secretary General of the Lok Sabha. How at the present government, whether it is center or the BJP controlled government, are as making the legislature a mockery. They are not sending for the public scrutiny. Any legislation should be public scrutiny. Not because they have a power, they have a number, they can do whatever they like. But we have a constitution. These bills should withstand the constitution of this one. So now some of the governments are breaking the rules, breaking the violations. You have seen what is happening in center. It is no bill is sent for standing committee. They just
majority is there.
So it is for the presiding officer to maintain the dignity of the chair. It is, and recently there was a All India Presiding Officers Conference. There it has that we are the presiding officer in a legislature and a parliament. He is a custodian of the rights of the members. He is a custodian of the rights of the members. He is not. He
needs to be justified.
He should.
With honesty, sincerity.
It is a black mark on the presiding officers. Whoever does, rush the bill without discussion, passing the bill without discussion. That he should ask his own conscience. Not the people party which he belongs. What the party says, what the government says.
It is the prerogative of the chairman's conscience.
No, it is not the prerogative also. It is not prerogative also. His duty. Why he presides, he allows, he should listen to both he should give the equal opportunity to the opposition as well as that both views should come before the public. What the opposition says, what the ruling party says, that is the debate. Ultimately, who has got the majority will pass it. Bills are passed. The constitution took 4 years. For the 400 and odd articles in the constitution, the Constituent Assembly has debated for 4 years. They could have just brought the Congress then, they could have brought a draft constitution. Yes, they would have rushed it.
So now supposing the bill is defeated in the council. Any bill is defeated in the council.
Let us understand the role of the council. The role of the council is a council, upper house, wherever.
Okay.
It is an advisory body to two councils are there, second chambers are there, only to see that hasty legislations are not passed. The council, upper house, the council are
House of
constituted
Representatives.
by experts, knowledgeable people. That is why they are different. That's the constitution itself says. So it is a reviewing body of the bill. What the lower house passes, it reviews actually and recommends that their recommendations, send it back to the council, to assembly. The assembly, they can accept
Or reject.
or reject and send it back. Now we have not accepted. So the council and they can again they ask the council to relook it. If the council relooks it and again send it back, that becomes law. Now, suppose what would happen if the council after bill or whatever it is that had come here, if it had debated, then defeated in the council. Why defeated? Or they would have suggested any amendment. With that amendment, it would have gone to the assembly again. And the assembly says if they accept the amendment or they reject the amendment, then they will send it back again to reconsider the council. We are not agreeing with the recommendation, please reconsider. And the council again send this back. It will again doesn't come to the council, it will become automatically law. Automatically passed.
No,
So it has not the council has not a veto power.
oh, no veto power. I was going to ask you that. So now, with this bill not going to, supposing it's not taken up in the council, and they take the bill is taken up in the cabinet and brought in ordinance, and then they send it to the governor to make it.
No, ordinance is a prerogative of the government. Ordinance is a prerogative of the government. Anything they can bring the ordinance. If the governor assent to the ordinance, it can be there. But its life is only 6 months. When
But it will become an act, no, sir.
that becomes an act, but it is only an ordinance. Ordinance has the power of the act only till the session meets again. And that has to be approved. Ordinance, whatever bill is there, approved again by the assembly and council.
So, but now again, if it doesn't come council, then it will go back to the assembly, then it will become a law again.
No. Assembly, the council has not taken any decision. The council has not decided taken a decision. When
If it comes again, rejected.
when whatever ordinance, it will again have to follow the procedure.
No, sir, because now most of the people are confused. I've been getting calls, and I think you must be getting calls. Because you are a right person to know. Now that ordinance is made tomorrow, and that council, it comes to the council. Council rejects it.
No,
back to the assembly.
assembly will already has passed. Now council has not passed.
First, it's
The ordinance comes. And next when the council meets, if they pass that, irrespective of the ordinance is goes.
But if it's rejected in the council again, the ordinance, the same bill again, the
No,
ordinance
the
stays.
ordinance stays till
6
the
months.
end of the session. And then the assembly, in the meantime, the assembly will, if the council rejects it, the assembly again reconsiders it and send it back and pass it, it becomes law then.
Permanent law. Sir, now with so much debate going on in the bills and all this, and even the political situation in Karnataka is very bad, and Congress is both at the center and state. At least in Karnataka state, Congress is there. But there are two divisions in Congress. You are a very senior statesman. You are in the disciplinary committee of the
I'm a chairman.
chairman of the thing. What steps have you taken? Because there are two groups in Congress now. How will you reconcile?
See,
And now the JDS also is blaming the Congress. They saying Kumarasamy that I shouldn't have gone and had a coalition government. Siddaramaiah tries to
What Kumarasamy or the JDS says is not concerned to. See, Kumarasamy, whenever whatever is convenient, he says that. Sometimes he blames Congress, sometimes he blames BJP, sometimes he blames some other person. So it has no people will not take it serious. His statement today, when power is neither you go to Congress, you go to BJP. This is all known everybody, common man, even an ordinary common man, however big a person may be, if he speaks like this, some people may take it. No serious people will consider that he is making a sensible statement. So forget about it. You have come to you ask for about my party. Yes, my party is going through a difficult time. I mean, Congress is a only national party after the BJP. And this nation needs Congress party because there should be anything. Congress will remain. Even Congress numbers go down also. It is not like any other regional party which will completely vanish. Even the Congress has the strength and the acceptability in the nation. It can come up any time. That is, these factions is unfortunate. If it is there, I don't know. I look from the objective. Nobody should, as a chairman of the disciplinary committee, my only concern is to see that discipline is maintained in the party. Every member, whatever he wants to say, should say within the party and keeping in the discipline of the party. Otherwise, why should we?
So now, where is the leadership in Congress? In the center? Where? Because
I don't.
The senior rebel Kapil Sibal, Ghulam Nabi Azad, they're all want to change in the leadership, or they're saying
no, they have
they're
not,
suffocating in the Congress.
This is all. See, Congress is there. Congress leaders is there, Congress president is there. It will be whether it is she is acting president or whatever. She is today the Congress president. So it is what some of them have expressed is that it is their view which they should have conveyed it in a different. They have
different
only written a letter.
The party forum.
The party forum. They have written this thing. I don't know why this has been become such a big subject and all that. Everybody has a right to say whatever they want to say, but it should be within the disciplinary. And such occasion has come to the Congress in the past also. Congress is a long history. The long history. It has gone through such period and it has emerged. And I'm sure Congress is needed.
But why is
Congress is needed not for Congress people. These people who are called themselves leader and they want that this thing they express, who are they? Whenever they have attained this stature because of Congress, na?
But why is Congress not taking everybody and going around?
What is Congress? Who
Whether it is in Telangana or Tamil Nadu.
Who has to take? You see,
even in Bihar you have seen, UP you are not there. Only in Gujarat, Gujarat you are not there. Only in Punjab, you are in Karnataka.
I will give you a very simple example. When there is a cricket match between two nations, if the team wins the cup or the gold cup in the match, they will be received with so much of the whole thing, and they become heroes and prizes. The whole country will talk all that. That is a game. Unfortunately, the game is lost. The player nobody will go even to receive them. Sometimes the players choose a route where the people will not see them. This is public. Today Modi euphoria is there. How long it will remain? The history has seen, you see, by your, yes, he is attracting people, he speaks good, he is mesmerizing the people. But there is a limit for everything. There is everything can rise, but people who rise has to fall.
Sir, now that national politics, I want to just ask you a question. The farmers are protesting from so many days. The rates of the petrol, diesel have gone up. And where do you see, this farmers strike? And why is the government not?
First of all, the economy shambles. the farmers are agitating, which is one of its kind. Never it has happened. And the government is not listening. They are arrogant. This government is the most arrogant. Not only we are saying, the entire world is saying.
They're saying government, others outsiders should not interfere.
No, that is, yes, we cannot interfere, but they can form an opinion about you. They can speak, na? You can't hold that. See, we are all today world is one village. There is the United Nations. So all are there as members. That is all bullish to say that they should not interfere. But what is happening? What is happening is today the nation is in a very bad thing. So how he is doing? He is polarizing it. This BJP is nothing but polarizing it. You see, this polarization will remain only for a short period. You see, when economy goes down, all this polarization will not work. The emotions of caste, religion, all that remains for a very short time.
New laws are being come.
Definitely, it had happened.
I'm not sure.
It had happened in 91 when Advani took Yatra, youth came and Congress law, this, that and other. But there was massive unemployment, there is nothing, and you are that damn with religion, damn with this thing, and when there is a liberalization came, and then when employment started, when youth forgotten Advani, Gidwani and all that. And here also again this Ram Mandir, they want to keep, now they are surviving. Once they give up this religious, this one, they are done. They are done. Now, Ram Mandir is over, Tribal Talaq is over, now Law Jihad. Now cow. Something they want to keep alive. They are doing it.
But why is the Congress silent? Why is the Congress not acting as the effective?
This question, Congress, see, when the Congress is opposing, but media is not projecting. What is the other way? Now suppose some this social media like you and all that, I may speak, it may reach to 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people, 10,000 people, dozens. But when the electronic media lacks, so opinion, so they are not interested. You see, they are praising Modi. Is the price which they are making is deserving? No, because everybody knows it is not. Why the Kisans are saying now? Day before yesterday, the Kisans have said they are saying it will be only help for Ambani and Adani. So they are not bothered. See, जैसा in Urdu में से नशा है, नशे में इंसान अकल की बात सुनता. Intoxication, a person is intoxicated. Where does his mind work? So now they are intoxicated with power.
Power ka nasha.
This 302 plus. Everybody is called. Today, our former Prime Minister, our former President Pranab Mukherjee, he has said today, he is going towards dictatorial. So the whole world says he is a dictator. It's not bad. Yesterday what happened in the Parliament Foundation? The Prime Minister has nothing to do with Parliament House. Parliament is an independent. The President is the head of this. In fact, the President should have laid the foundation stone. Now, as though he is sitting and that though he is having his house Bhumi Puja. Where was the Speaker? Speaker and Chairman of the House.
They are the head of.
They are head and they are not subordinate to the Prime Minister. Now, whatever may be power is Prime Minister. Everybody knows the power is Prime Minister. But the head of the Parliament, head of the Judiciary, head of the Executive is the President. And you have now everything he is saying Prime Minister. If speaker is not speaking, president is not speaking, I will have this chamber, I will have the parliament, I will have this thing. But this is not. And people are appreciating. People are not applying their mind at all. Anything Modi. So what can is in that we are there. So we have to tolerate.
Was this necessary to have this parliament? Because when Congress had made a bill representation and Meera Kumar had given a letter long back saying that parliament house is needed, we have to have more members of parliament. Now why is the Congress at the center criticizing Prime Minister for inaugurating that? You see, inauguration is different, but to make the structure of building or because the plans of having more MPs in the future, 844 MPs.
You see, there is what is called heritage. Why there is archaeological department and all that, even they don't allow even to shift this small thing. And these are all heritage building. So that is historical building. You go to Westminster, the mother of parliament is Westminster. British parliament is the mother of parliament, oldest. And there, have they made the changes? Have they demolished the building? Have they made it? They have maintained the sanctity of that place. Go to Capitol Hill, New York, America. They have maintained everywhere in the world. Hundreds of it is along with the history of parliament. Now you are abandoning a structure where the power was transferred. The constitution was framed. And there is ample place to expand within the parliament building. You expand, remove all the administrative setup which is there in the parliament building, but you could have maintained the parliament building, plus you could have increased the salary. I was the deputy chairman. I was in the heritage committee of the parliament, which is presided over the speaker. And there, even to put a nail in the parliament building, that it has to come before the committee. So, I see it is, I feel that he wants to say that during like 93 years back this building has come. Now, Modi has given a new building. But that is power.
So the last parting shot on the present political scenario and the legislative bill, what have you to say?
Which one?
This last. Now that bill again, governor is going to council.
I tell the public, or sometimes they are trying to take pleasure that the Muslim, they are doing nothing else, for not cow protection. Yeah, this Muslim community is also a community which react without applying their mind. When the constitution was created, cow ban, slaughtering of cow is a directive principle. It is already there. Directive principle in the constitution. So, the constitution itself says they should ban the cow slaughter. There are similar directive principles, prohibition, alcohol, so many things. It is for the government to take appropriate step to bring legislation. It is left to the government. Constitution has not said it. Directive. That is why it is called directive principle. The prohibition in the cow slaughtering ban is there. And there is already a ban.
Ban is already there.
There is already a ban.
This is a ban.
And now, why they are making it a religious issue? Why any Muslim should talk about it? It's foolish to talk about Muslim. It is nothing to do with Muslim. If cow is holy to you, we respect it. It is our duty. If a cow is respect, it has a respectable and a religious symbol for you, we have to respect. Like you bring anything, but the provisions you are bringing and you are the Gundaism which you are through the legislation you are doing by not authorizing the and legalizing the cow vigilance. I mean, it is nothing but Gundaism. Now, who are you to who the cow vigilance? How can there be co-vigilance? They can do anything because they are not controlled by law, na? You are not punishing.
And they're protected.
Yes, they are your. This is nothing. It is legalizing a Gunda act. In Gundaism, you bring any legislation you want. You want to ban it. It is nothing. You are bringing to take advantage of making polarization. We are nothing. No, I can tell with all these things, Muslims have nothing to do with this. You are only telling the public. We let the public understand that we are for ban of cow slaughter. Constitution says that. We will not die if there is no beef or will not become a non-Muslim if you don't eat.
But only 5% people eat that.
No.
Everybody eats. It's going to affect the business industry.
If Chinese is there, they will come and eat snake. If there is dog, everything is there. Why? This is eating habit.
Freedom of eating. Rahman Khan Sahab was very forthcoming in his views, saying that the legislative bill which was placed in the assembly should have gone through the correct procedure. The speaker or the chairman of the house or the supreme authority, they should do it with sincerity, honesty and transparency because they don't belong to any political party once they sit on the seat. And he also said that that bill which has come is nowhere going to affect one particular community because it is being respected. The cow is respected by everybody, and this anti-cow slaughter bill was already in place. But with new additional laws and additional punishments, the bill shouldn't have come in this form. Rizwan Asad, Nasheman.